Welcome, everyone, to the Arts Academy podcast for today, the 21st of May, almost to the end of the year. So we have a few things that we wanted to put out there for you guys, and it's been a couple weeks since we've done the last one, so here we go. Click over to our agenda real quick. And first, I'll start off with the Summer Leap program. So hopefully you guys have been getting my emails, both you and your parents. I've sent it to everybody. There are more classes this year than we've ever offered before. So first we have our 3 mathematics classes, right? Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, for you to get ahead. If you are interested in accelerating in math, we have those courses. Now, these courses are all in the building. And the math courses start on June 28th, and they go all the way to July 29th. There is a week off for July 4th when our district is closed. And if you're interested in that, the details are on the form. And if you get accepted into the program, the exact dates will be sent by your teacher. Just be aware that if you are applying for a math program, there are a lot of applications, all right, over 100. So not everybody is going to be able to get in, and that'll come out. I think we're going to close the form on Monday, so we'll let you know who got into this program hopefully next week, as fast as I can process everybody's application. But besides math, we also have a couple classes from Mr. Krinsky. We have an esports camp for a few days, and then he's going to do a visual effects class. We have a sustainability course from Ms. Uhas where you can work in the garden. You can do some stuff in the apiary with the bees. Maybe make some honey. I don't know if it's their time to make honey, but I don't know. There's a drama course from Ms. Murphy. There is a college essay workshop, which happens to be the second most popular class after the math classes, from Mr. Diamond. So especially for juniors, you can get to work on your essays that you're going to need in the fall. And then finally, from Mr. Dillon, we have a bucket drumming class, and you can learn how to play Home Depot buckets, or, the drums. If there's not too many people, I think he has a couple of drum sets that he could use. So those are our summer class offerings. As of right now, if there's not a lot of signups, I don't know, do you want to talk a little bit about the video editing class?
Sure. Yeah, we have a project that we're working on with the prosecutor's office in Hudson County. It's kind of like a DARE video project where, when I was a kid, we used to have police officers from the community come to the school and speak to us about a bunch of different topics, whether it be gang awareness or drug related topics and just things going on in the community that affect our community. The Hudson County Prosecutor's Office is putting this together. They filmed all 7. I think there was actually 11, right? Originally we were going to do 7. I think there was 11 different videos that were filmed, and now those videos need to be edited. So what we're looking to put together is a summer video editing class where for over the 5 weeks, I think this will run July 12th to August 12th if we get some interest. We can have some students learn Adobe Premiere Pro upstairs in MVA, Mr. Askley's room. We have brand new Dell computers up there. All have Adobe Premiere Pro, so we're going to spend probably a week teaching the students how to use Adobe Premiere Pro, and then the rest of the summer they'll work on editing these videos, which is a good community service project that they would be working on in conjunction with the prosecutor's office. So that would be a great opportunity. So if anyone's interested, by all means, you can email me. Let Mr. Gongora know, because he's been taking the interest. And then again, as long as we get the approval next week for the course, I think it's a great opportunity for the course. I know Mr. Askley's is prepared to do it. Then maybe we'll send out another Google form to gauge interest in that. All right. And again, for all these courses, I'm sure Mr. Gongora's touched on this in past podcasts. Transportation will be provided, and you can have lunch at school. Anything else, Mr. Gongora? Are they doing breakfast too at school?
It's usually lunch and breakfast that are provided. Okay. I didn't want to say that yet until I found that out for sure, but every other year it's been provided, so I don't see why it wouldn't be provided this year.
There's a lot of students in the building. There'll be a lot of students in the building at that point, over 100 students for all the programs that are
right. So the video editing class is not on the LEAP form yet. We're just waiting to get that approved. So if you're looking for that, just hold off for a couple days. But if you are looking to take another class, the LEAP form will close on Monday, so I can process everyone's applications. These courses are, I think I mentioned this before, these courses are all in the building, and the exact days and times that you go is going to be up to the teacher, but they're pretty much all going to be 9 to 3. So you come in the morning, you have breakfast, you go do whatever class you're going to do, take a break for lunch, finish up with your classes until the buses are ready to take everybody home, and then you go home for the day. So it's a full day, and especially for math, we definitely use all of that time. So just know what you're signing up for. One thing I did want to touch on real quick is I got an email from Hudson County Community College very recently, yesterday, that mentioned that they are running an Algebra 2 course that is available for students from high tech. Now, their course is all virtual, okay? The problem with it is it starts next week. So I'm going to put the email for Mr. Conzen, who is our liaison for Hudson County Community College. If you don't think you can take the Algebra 2 course with us, if you think that you don't want to come to the building for 5 weeks to do it, this could be an option to you. Because of their funding, this is also now free. It used to cost a couple $100. This year it's going to be free. Again, the only big problem with that is that the applications are due by Wednesday. So I probably won't have all of I'm going to try to get Algebra 2 done first, so if you don't get accepted into our program, this can be a fallback, but you really have to decide right away. It is an online course. I don't know the exact dates, but it is longer. It is mostly all summer. So it's a big hunk from the end of May, next week, until end of June, and then another hunk from end of July till the end of August. So it is longer, but it's not in the building, and you can do it online. So if you don't get into our course or coming to the building is not something you want to do, this is an option. You're going to have to reach out to the Hudson County Community College liaison. His email will be in the show notes. So that's all I have for that.
No, it's good information, especially if someone is a little unsure about coming into the building just right now.
Yeah,
that's a good opportunity.
You could take graduation if you want.
Sure. Yeah. I guess yesterday afternoon, a superintendent sent out an email to the class of 2021 students and families. So, if you didn't get it, by all means, check your email or email me, and I can send it to you.
I put it in the show notes as well.
Okay, so then everybody can get it. But yeah, we're gonna have a virtual graduation. The highlights are there are some ceremonies being scheduled for June 3rd at High Tech for our High Tech seniors. All academies are invited to that. All students. There will be a virtual graduation, which will basically be put on YouTube and then sent around. And then there will also be our graduation ceremony in person. One graduation, and that was basically at the request of the students and their families. So we're planning to do it outdoors. So it'll be Monday, June 21st at 10 o'clock for High Tech, and County Prep will also have a graduation on our grounds, just so that we're accommodating everybody. And then the second part of that is if there's a rain date, it will be the same time the next day. That would be June 22nd. So that those are the plans for graduation as of right now. So they were able to work that out. I guess I'll go right into scheduling update. APs. I know Mr. Rob right now is going through all the AP classes. And again, one of the things that I think your teachers talk to you about when we take these standardized tests, whether it be the PSAT, Linkit test, or ClassWorks, any of the assessments on ClassWorks, is all of that data is going to be used to determine whether or not you get into some of these AP courses. Some of you, it looks like your grades are very good, but then your scores on some of these standardized tests aren't so good. Vice versa, some of the scores in the standardized tests, are pretty good, but then your grades in class, you may be doing B work and you're applying for an AP class. So, you kind of have to set your goals early, because whatever you do freshman year is going to help you or hurt you sophomore year. Whatever you do freshman and sophomore year is going to help or hurt you junior year. And all these standardized tests, some people, it just doesn't seem like you're doing the best that you can on them based on the scores that we see. And again, the scores for some students, the scores fluctuated a lot between the first test. You took 3 Lincoln tests. Some of the tests, the scores fluctuated so much, and it may be the reason you don't get into an AP course. So we need to take all these standardized tests to the best of our ability. In addition to that, that stuff will be sent out over the next few weeks, because we're really trying to get the schedule pretty much down by the end of June, if we can. There are a couple things that are holding us back right now. Change of major form and double major form will be sent. I know Mr. Raw was working on it today. We wanted to send it earlier, but he really wanted to make sure that all students had a chance to talk to their guidance counselors and just verify that that's exactly what they wanted to do before we sent all these emails. So that form will be coming out very soon. Course changes. If anybody in the Arts Academy or any other academy, again, you can tell your friends, wants to change their request, now is the time to do it. Okay? Maybe you filled out the information previously and you have second thoughts about an elective, or maybe something that you put on as a reserve elective is really something you would rather take. Reach out to your guidance counselor today, Monday. Let us know that, because we're doing a lot of the work that we usually don't do until the summer. We're doing it right now. So we're figuring out how many sections we need for certain electives. And once that's done and a teacher is either given that elective or moved on to a different class, because the requests for that certain elective, have basically closed out, some students may not have the opportunity to take a class that they really want to take. So just make sure that your elective sheet and your electives, especially for seniors, because you have a lot of electives to choose, make sure it's accurate. Check it again. Reach out to your guidance counselor if you have any concerns. And I just sent a sheet that is public to Mr. Gongora right before the podcast. It has all the electives broken up for seniors with the AP courses, juniors, and again, AP requests are it's over at this point. Mr. Ra is dealing with them, so you can't request an AP at this point. But any other elective you can get into. If you did want to make a last second change, you probably have about a week to do that before things are going to be a little bit more solid, and then we really can't make those changes. All right, things are going to be put into Power School, and we're going to start running scenarios, course scenarios. And then the last thing, arts electives. Make sure everybody in the Arts Academy is good with their 5 credits of an art class for graduation. Some of the other academies may not, but there's also a sheet for arts electives. So Mr. Gongora will put all that information in the show notes. Mr. Ra was able to organize it pretty well. I'll go right along, Tone, to senior activities, June 3rd.
Yep.
June 3rd, there's going to be 2 activities at school. I spoke with Quincy yesterday, and I think, Tone, you may spoke with Quincy also. And, she's done a lot of the legwork to set all this stuff up and be the mouthpiece for the senior class in what you guys wanted, whether it was graduation and these events, this carnival event, and this semi-formal prom that you guys are working on now. She is trying to put together some decorations on maybe June 1st or June 2nd, and she's looking for volunteers to come in and help. So please reach out to Quincy or reach out to myself if you want, and I can give Quincy a list of people who are interested. I'm not sure of the time, but I do know it'll be probably June 1st or June 2nd, and you can come to school, meet with Quincy. It may be at 1:30. I'm not really sure about the time just yet, and just decorate a little bit for that day. Mr. Buscio, anything from guidance, anything that's been coming up that students should be aware of, and then I'll talk about the feedback.
Not really. I mean, we've been posting on the classroom different summer opportunities or scholarships that go from 9th to 12th grade. So just check on those. The 4th market period ends on June 11th. So if you are behind on assignments, really communicate with your teachers and let them know that, you're going to do the work and you're going to get it in on time. That's about it. That's the kind of emails that I've been sending out. And just check your email, check the classroom, because we've been posting stuff every day and just trying to get everybody, set for the end of the year.
And I'll piggyback off that and just say that there's a very, very quick turnaround between the end of the market period and when grades are due. The end of the market period is Friday. Grades are due on Monday. So just be sure you're talking to your teachers, that you know what you have to do for the. Listen, every class is going to have something that you are going to have to do as the end of the year comes along. So just make sure you get it all done, and get it all done by Friday. Your grades are in by Monday, and hopefully nobody is in danger of.
Yeah, and if you
not
can't get in
passing.
touch with a teacher, contact your guidance counselor so that we can speed up the process. Because I know teachers are getting bombarded too. So.
Yeah, and Tone, I'll give a list of dates that the students will need for the end of the year. But I pulled up the dates that I sent the teachers, and I'll just read off a couple of the dates so we're all on the same page here. But the last day of the marking period is June 11th, so that's a Friday, and then grades are due June 14th. Okay, that week, June 14th to the 17th. We're working on maybe a little bit of a different schedule. There's nothing to really say just yet, but there will be very minimal, if no, academic work during that week. There will be different things scheduled during that week. That is a week of school, though. Next Friday is also a week of school for students. So on the 28th, you do have to sign into class and check Google Classroom. That is a scheduled school day for our 180 days. All right. And I guess for everybody else, I'm going to get into the Arts of Podcast feedback. Mr. Gongora will put a link in the show notes if any parents or students have any questions. And Tony, I guess we'll do one more podcast before the end of the school year. Maybe tentatively we'll say the 4th. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the 4th, or maybe even the 2nd. Maybe we'll do it the day before the senior thing, the senior day, just to get it in case there's any questions from the seniors. We can get information out to the seniors. So maybe we'll do it the 2nd. I'm just thinking right now that may be more beneficial for them.
Right.
But one of the things, starting in September, will there be hybrid classes? This is all stuff that came up on the forum from parents and/or students. In September, as far as I know right now, based on what Governor Murphy said, there will be no hybrid classes. Everybody will be in the building. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's going to be an option to opt out as of right now. Again, things can change. Things change all the time. But as of now, what Governor Murphy's saying is we're basically going to be in the building. Would it be too late choosing your major in sophomore year or higher? Again, this is a question specific to media and visual arts, I believe. You can choose your major sophomore year. If you're talking about performing arts, it's too late. You would have to go through an audition process, and we really just don't have room in the performing arts majors right now. So the teachers would have to make that determination. When do you find out your courses for next year? When are they finalized? We're trying to get that done by the end of June. That's the plan. Usually we send it out, maybe late July, early August, and then then there's a mad dash to try to get schedules changed. We're trying to get that done in June. Guidance counselors are still in the building, and again, there's going to be a time frame. Mr. Buscio can let you know what that time frame is, but there's a time frame where the guidance counselors will not be in the building. So parents and students, if you send emails during that time, the guidance counselors just aren't checking them on a daily basis. So it's important to know when they're in the building and when they're not. And if you're unsure about that, just email me and I can always let you know that information. Mr. Gongora will be in the building pretty routinely most of the summer, also with the summer math and the other stuff we're doing.
Yeah, you know what? This year in particular, I'll be checking emails a lot because I'm going to be working in the e-school.
That's right.
So I will be on my email a lot. So anyone can send me emails. I check anyway, even if I was on vacation. But the counselors, we will be in the building sometime in August, and we'll be at our desks, and we can get you your schedule, and then we can go over it and then make changes if necessary.
Yes. And then the last question on here is, when do we know the LEAP courses? Those LEAP courses won't come out until September. Our first day of school, when the teachers are in, we're asked to basically fill out a form and suggest LEAP courses that we wouldn't mind teaching, what days, and then that'll go to the principal, and the principal will then determine what LEAP courses go out, and then they'll be offered to the students when they come in. All right, so that all won't come out until September.
Usually Algebra 2 is the only one that's for sure. So world history, it depends if somebody wants to teach it and if there's a lot of interest to take it. So.
And then I guess the only thing that I wanted to mention, Mr. Gongora led off with Summer LEAP and enrichment, right? All those math courses are all enrichment courses, and all that other stuff is Summer LEAP courses. There's also remediation if you fail the course. Okay, it'll be offered through NJE School, which is part of our district. All right, Ms. Crone is the principal of NJE School. You can reach out if you're failing a course right now. Your guidance counselor has probably already reached out to you with those options, but you can reach back out to them, get the form. There is a form flyer that Mr. Buscio and Ms. Alvarez can send you, and again, you can go out of district if you'd like to, but we are offering, if anyone does fail, to take summer school, with NJE School in our district.
And this is for history, math, English, science, health.
Right.
So.
Anything that's a core subject. Correct.
And I've sent our specific academy to the parents to sign the students up, and if they do in fact pass the class, which we would normally find out by like the last week, then
right.
it's just ignored.
Okay. Yeah, and again, reach out to your guidance counselor there, and Mr. Buscio specifically is going to be the guidance counselor for
the whole
NJE School, the whole stuff. So you can reach out to him directly, even if you have Miss Alvarez or any other guidance counselor. He's a good contact to have because he'll work with you all summer. All right, Dylan, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I believe that's all we have as well. So we'll wrap it up for today, and we'll do our next episode right before our senior carnival prom activity fun day thing. So look for us around first couple days of June. So we'll see everyone in a few weeks. Bye.
Bye, guys.